Hello, hello, Divine Souls. It is so nice to see you today on this Saturday in December. Normally, I would be coming to you live in our live audience in our Insight Timer community, but today I am pre-recorded for you because I am joining my Buddhist studies year-long class in a culminating experience where I'm actually next door at the Insight Meditation Center. I'm in my Cambridge Holistic Healing office with you right now, but they are literally the building right next door, and I'm going to go over there and join them for the rest of the day. But I wanted to make sure that I gave you my due diligence of a channeled message from the Council of Light this month, as I do every month for you, as a way to give back in service and in gratitude for the divine sacred life that I get to live. So without further ado, I'm going to let the Council of Light come through and they'll share what they need to share. I have no idea what they're going to say today. And then we will debrief a little bit on the back end and I will be on my way. Okay, here we go. Greetings to you all, you bright, blessed beings there on that earth plane. We are the Council of Light, and we are here once again to say to you, great tidings of joy and blessings and light and happiness and truth, with sparkling effervescence shining through from us to you like a holographic light flash or an energy frequency cord that is full of sparkling effervescence. For this is your true state, sparkling effervescence. This is your true state, light frequency. This is your true state, particles of nano expression that are complete and whole in their own space and time. When you inform yourselves about the world around you, as you are humans living on that earth plane, you are bombarded in this technological age by all kinds of data and emotion and knowledge and rhetoric that overwhelms the senses. And it's very easy for your gene expression, your nano vibration, to become affected by the things that you read, that you see, that you listen to, that you hear as hearsay in the water cooler moments of your lives with all of those that you work with and cohabitate with. And when you are in this vibration, when you are in this slipstream of unconsciously and unfilteringly absorbing all of the data, all of the information, all of the narrative that is coming through your arena without any understanding of how to cultivate it or curate it or pause it or allowing it to come to the energetic surface of your being, but stopping at the door of your vibrational frequency, your expression, your nano vibration becomes changed. It becomes ever so much more gritty. It becomes ever so much more intensely structured, deformed, manipulated, malnourished, and the like. And we offer this awareness to you not to scare you and not to doomsday you and not to woe is me you, but in actuality, the opposite. When you understand that you control how your physicality, your neurons, your synapses, your gene expression, your frequency of vibrational purity gets to function on a daily basis through the cleansing and the clearing and the meditation and the prayer and the mantra chanting and the body movement through curated, cultivated exercise or yoga expression and the like. When that all happens, you get to become vibrationally pure, more cleansed, clearer as a frequency of being, as your own self. For you are frequencies of being. Yes, you have physical bodies. Yes, you have egos. Yes, you have emotionality, but you are a vibrational structure. And why not try and cultivate, while you're in that physical form, in this lifetime, a vibrational structure that is operating at its highest performance peak, not out of pressure, not out of egoic wanting to be quote unquote the best, but out of a sense of equanimity, of balance, of harmony, about oneself. There are many, many, many humans around you in the world, either through television or through news reports or through colloquial understandings of them or through collegial relationships or even in family structures that don't vibrate at a frequency that matches your own. They are damaged. They are dark. They are imprinted with negativity, because they themselves have been overtaken by what we are talking about here today. They have been consumed by the denser, darker, malnourished energetic frequencies. And they are going through their lives becoming ever more dysfunctional. You know what we are talking about. Anger, jealousy, manipulation, abuse, discordance, mercurialness, capriciousness, all of it. And you don't have to become part of that. You can notice when that comes through your lives. Maybe you're in a work meeting and it doesn't go well. Maybe you're married to someone who has no desire to change over the next 10 or 15 years and you decide to bow out because you need a breath of fresh air. Maybe you decide not to watch the news every single day and you save it for one day, one curated synopsis. Maybe you decide not to go out with that particular friend singularly anymore. You keep them in a whole group setting because they're just so draining on your energy. Let us be clear in saying that all of these situations are not quote unquote bad, and the people are not quote unquote bad, but the vibrational match doesn't match your frequency of positivity and light harmony and vibrational structure of clarity. And so you have the right to step back into your own harmony. You have the right to step back into your own divine frequency. You have the right to step back over and over and over in nanoseconds, moment after moment after moment, into your centeredness. There is a beautiful saying that the woman whose voice box we are coming through today uses often with her clients. And it comes from a Buddhist expression of understanding meditation. You can sit on your meditation cushion for 5 hours trying to meditate and emptying the mind and becoming the Zen nothingness of bliss. And suddenly you are in an awareness of your laundry that you need to do, and the grocery shopping to-do list, and the forms to fill out for your child, and the pet grooming that needs to be taken care of with the pet groomer. And then you realize, oh, I'm out of my zone. I'm out of my frequency. I'm out of my Zen. That is the moment when you give thanks. That is the moment when you are the most aware. That is the moment when you are the most primed to be aligned, because then you say to yourself, thank you for this awareness. Let me step back into my harmony. Let me step back into my balance. Let me step back into my curated calmness, my effervescence, my light. And the more you do that in your lives on a day-to-day basis, noticing when you're disgruntled, noticing when you're angry, noticing when you're upset, noticing when you're depressed or out of touch with your center of yourself, your soul essence, your soul frequency, then you can begin to say, thank you, I step back in. Thank you, I claim peace. Thank you, I claim harmony. Thank you, I claim joy. Thank you, I claim blessing. Thank you, I claim soul comfort, calmness, Zen, whatever it is that you would want to claim for yourself that brings you a sense of joy and harmony and balance. There is no right way to do it and there is no wrong way to do it. But if you do it 10,000 times a day, you are somebody who is tuned in to the micro actions of your life over and over and over and over. And you are cultivating a grand narrative, a grand slipstream. You are not a failure. You are one of the most successful. Do you not see what we are talking about, humans? When you get to blindly go through your lives, unmindful and not aware of this kind of joy that we are talking about for yourselves, you don't get to experience the joy and remembering that it's always present or can be cultivated to be always present. Those of you who come back into it and say, thank you for the touchstone, thank you for the touchstone, thank you for the touchstone, over and over and over, are much more evolved beings than somebody who has never thought of this at all. We invite you to do this work as a life's path. letting go of depression, letting go of anger, letting go of attachment, letting go of wanting, letting go of desire that doesn't come to fruition, letting go of expectation of making situations and people become what you want them to be when they will not. Give yourselves the grace to notice that you are your own sovereign being. You and you alone are responsible for your joy, happiness, peace, balance, love, security, comfort. Sure, the people around you can support in shaping that and aiding that. Sure, the people in your family, if you have a life partner, or you have a close-knit family, or maybe you have a family. But you and you alone are responsible at the end of every moment, at the end of every nanosecond, at the end of your days and your weeks and your months and your years until decades go by. And suddenly you are not a babe and you are not young. You are an elder with wise wisdom. It is you that drives the bus of your life. And humans get it confused. They think that so many others come in and infiltrate and put upon and make the bus go in a different direction. And while that might feel accurate, it is not truth. You and you alone are responsible. You and you alone are the one that can affect the change, even among the greatest of adversities, even among the greatest of challenges, even among the greatest of sorrows. You can choose to be aware of your kindness, your compassion, your love, your joy, and always choose it for self first, and then send it out, like Buddhist metta, as the woman we come through the voice box of says very often. When you cultivate it for yourself first, it comes out of you to others willingly, because you have more to share. You have more to give. And then you perpetuate the cycle of goodness, and you perpetuate the cycle of positivity, and you perpetuate the cycle of openness and joyfulness and harmoniousness for yourself. For yourself first, always. That is not selfish. That is self-care. Always self first. You came into this lifetime to learn your lessons and to move on your continuums for yourselves, not for other people. You came in this lifetime and said, yep, some of you actually said, yep, I'll be the mirror and I'll hold it up to you. But you still have your own work to do for yourselves. Humans, we celebrate you and we support you, and we will continue to work with you as long as this woman's voice box will have us. She plans on it for a very long time, which is why we chose her all those years ago. Because she is diligent and consistent, and she is kind, and she is compassionate, and she lets us share her being, her frequency, when she lets us talk to you. Go forward in this moment with joy and kindness and grace for self, and then extend it out to others. Thank you for listening to our message here today. We are the Council of Light, and we wrap you in a golden blanket of light to nourish you and sustain you and keep you ever so tight until the next time we are to see you again. Namaste, goodbye for now, and adieu. What time is it, you guys? Okay, good, I still have time. Wow, that brought tears to my eyes. What a lovely reminder. We all can use that reminder every once in a while, even if that's not novel information for us. It's nice to be told right up front in intensity of clarity, right? Thank you so much, humans. This is the month of December in 2025, and we are coming to the end of a cycle of time over the last calendar year. You know, time is not linear. Time is all encompassing, and humans have made up a structure and a construct about what time is to measure our continuums. But I'm recognizing that time for us is coming to a close at the end of a year. And I'm about to go into a reflective day for several hours, my whole day, in this Buddhist narrative. And it's nice to mark moments every once in a while. Marriages, births, deaths, endings, cultivations. And I just want to say, it is such an honor. And I am full of so much gratitude that I get to do this work with you. My mascara is going to run. That I get to do this work with you and for you and have the Council of Light come through me. They've been doing this with me for a long time. I have no expectations. I didn't ever know they were going to come. I didn't know I was going to do this work. And I feel really, really grateful to them to be able to have this body that gets to do this and be a microphone and an amplifier for the sacred slipstream of life. I've always known that since I was a little girl. My avatar, when she was 5, she knew that she needed to be a spiritual sacred being in this earth plane, and she knew that everything had spiritual sacredness to it. From sunrises to birds chirping to oatmeal being cooked on the stove by a parent in a loving way. And as I've grown and as I've become an adult, and now I'm in my late 40s, life is such a sacred blessing and such a sacred gift, even when there is pain and suffering and sorrow, which I have seen quite a bit of in the last several years. May I continue to be a vehicle that serves humanity to the best of my abilities in an unjudging and no expectation way. May I continue to provide for the people who come across my path. Thank you. I am so full of gratitude to all of you.